Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. And so welcome to another Thursday fry up. And my goodness, I can see that the the chat is hot already. Lots and lots of people there discussing things, and there's an awful lot. There's an awful lot going on. So what I'll do is I'll just try and rattle through as many of the questions as I can, because I've got a lot of really very interesting questions, a lot of ground to cover. There's one I want to, which is, I won't pull cards on it because I already know the answer, but I just think it's worth clarifying, which is about the conflict. It's about Netanyahu. Then we've got questions on Church of England, which we need to talk about. There's scandal there. From what the Archbishop of Canterbury apparently has resigned. I've not even had time. I've not even. It's been so intense. It's been so intense. And there's been so much discussion and debate backwards and forwards, with friends, with so many of my clients, with so many of you here on YouTube, with about the election, this, that, and the other. And there's been almost no space to think about anything else. And I've been going through all the different kind of videos, listening, to different pundits and stuff discuss the outcome. And there's so much going on where people coming up with alternative ideas with this, that, and the other, and all sorts of bits and bobs. Elon Musk, was it stolen, wasn't it, etc. It is a lot. It's a lot. And sometimes it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. But I'm going to try my best to kind of get through it. I just want to give a little shout out to who did I see today? Gosh, I was Zari, Barbara, you know who you are. I want to thank you so much. It was a fabulous consultation today. Such a wise, sagacious woman, and she was saying to me that I was very loved, irrespective of what people may think of my truths that I tell sometimes. So much appreciated, much appreciated. And Sylvia Sue, you know who you are as well. Thank you so much as well. Fascinating. So as I'm even doing consultations for my clients, of course, in their life, we're talking about the politics, and I get to hear their opinions on things as well. And I really, really appreciate it, because irrespective of what people say in the comments, and some people, well, most people are nice, but there's some douchebaggery there, as we know. But I'm not going to disable the comments, not unless it was absolutely horrific, because at the end of the day, it's a debate, isn't it? It's a backwards and forwards. Not everyone is necessarily gonna, I don't expect everyone to agree with my insights. Yeah, not everyone likes what I have to say, and I understand. I understand that, and I like the debate and the discussion. But as you know, I give as good as I get. So if people come out, if you're gonna throw your shade, get ready as well for something back. But likewise, I really appreciate insightful, thoughtful comments where people are really thinking about things, and are not just spurting out a load of bilge or douchebaggery, or just emptying their nappy over you or something like that. There are many people as well that are thoughtful, reflective, and they come up with some really interesting ideas. So I appreciate that, and this interaction as well, going backwards and forwards. It's so important. So many of you in the chat. Let's see here. What's it? Someone's saying here. Mary's saying energy is huge and swirling, can make it difficult to read. Yes, there is so much transformation as well going on at the same time, guys. As you know, I've been saying, with this Pluto return for the United States, and the United States is also in a Rahu Dasha as well, which is one of the most dynamic and topsy-turvy and confusing ones that they can be. I thought the Rahu Dasha would help out Kamala more, but it wasn't quite enough. But you know, let's see. Some people are saying the chapter is not ended on that yet. There's still things to go. Things aren't legally binding, but what I can say is this: the consequences of turning over things now would be extremely severe. I mean, like, you don't even know what I'm seeing if that were to happen. Like, you don't want to know. It would just be really, really ugly. But there's still so much talk about, you know, inconsistencies and etc. But then when you look at the leadership, you know, Chuck Schumer said, oh, it was all fine. Biden said it was fine. Kamala said, you know, do you know what I mean? So there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on, but I have to speak my truth as I see it, even if it costs me subscribers, which of course it has. But you know, what can one do? You know, at the end of the day, one would just hope that people just appreciate, and the vast majority of people do appreciate the content and stuff like that. So I'm very grateful for that. Let's get stuck in. There's so much going on in the chat, but there's lots of questions to get through. So I want to tackle the first one. Now, I don't need to pull cards in this because I actually already know the answer. Anyway, so Cheryl Renee says, she said, I find it hard to believe that Israel's world-class intelligence agency, Mossad, were caught so flat-footed on October 7th. Question, did Netanyahu know about the attack and just let it happen? So did he know about the attack in advance? Yes, this was proven. Yeah, this was, when was that in the news? Ah, God, this would have been this. I think this was kind of like revealed. It was around about 3 or 4. No, it wasn't even that long. I think it was a few months into the conflict. I can't remember how long has it been going on now. Is it like is it like 2 years now or something? I can't even keep track. But that was revealed. I thought that would have just kind of torpedoed him in many ways. But you know, war, etc. It gets people riled up. You know, it's when let's not forget, he was facing a lot of protests. Yeah, before that war, he was facing a lot of protests, and it's one of the oldest tricks in the book, actually. If people are against you and you're worried that you're going to lose power, nothing like a good war to you know, I mean, that might be a controversial thing to say, but I mean, I think I think we know enough about the character of a certain Netanyahu. I can't speak for everyone else, but for his character, who's one I've looked at a lot, yeah, there is definitely an issue there. But yes, there was intelligence. He actually had intelligence from Saudi, actually. Saudi Arabia given warnings, other groups. And remember, Putin gloated. Yeah, it was like, oh, I knew about this ages ago. So yes, so the answer to that is he did know, and that did come out. I can't remember the news sources now because it's quite a while ago, but that did come out. But then everything got lost in the noise and just, you know, the horrors of everything, and it's just dreadful. It's just a dreadful situation. It was awful. You know, there was so many Jewish people you know, were died and were massacred. And then, you know, look what's happening with the Palestinian people as well, displaced, you know, bulldozed and the whole shebang. It's all just makes me vomit when well, it just makes me feel sick, and it's just but this Pluto in Capricorn as well, this dark energy that we're all having to contend with right now. So anyways, so that's it. That's the answer to that. And because the person has asked me, I think for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and I've not got around to it, I thought I'd tackle that one at the top of the show. All right, question number 2. Let's just dive in. From Nick Minks, and she says, what's the future of the Church of England now that the Archbishop, so the Archbishop of Canterbury, has resigned? Will there be justice finally for all those who suffered abuse? So here we go again. Now, remember what I was saying here, that we are in incredible times here on planet Earth. Essentially, those old structures, the old firm structures, particularly of religion and stuff like that, they're all changing. They're all changing. Broadly speaking, the world, well, especially sort of like Catholicism and I don't know, maybe they managed to shore up their support a little bit because you remember that they are very strong in South America. But in the UK, you know, not many people go to church. Yeah. And that's been the case for actually a long time. And when there was the child abuse scandals, which were all over the news, particularly in terms of Catholicism and stuff like that, you know, attendances at churches went down even more. So you don't get many people attending church these days. And it's just such a shame, you know, all of this, you know, abuse, and then the victims aren't believed and this, that, and the other. And it's just, I've always believed that priests and cardinals, whether the priest be male or female, what have you, I think they should be able to marry. Yeah, they should be able to have partners, because all of this, it's not to make an excuse for it, but this is what a lot of this abuse is about. It really, really is. But then also as well, it's also about power, and it's also about knowing that they'll be covered, you know, because the church has covered up a lot of stuff. But anyway, let's just see here. I mean, contentious topic, isn't it? Quite a powerful one. But what's the future of Church of England now that the Archbishop has resigned? Will there be justice for those who have suffered abuse? Oh dear. And then, of course, because of these scandals, when the church does make statements about, you know, stopping war, etc., all of this stuff, people just go, yeah, but you're abusers. Yeah, just they just completely undermine themselves and their message. But anyway, let's see, what's the future? What's the future of Church of England? I actually went to a Church of England school myself, actually, like many people in the UK. C of E, we call it. In the UK, it's a bit old school now. I mean, obviously, I was going to school in the 80s. It's actually quite a positive experience, actually. It wasn't kind of like too Bible bash, anything like that. Oh, well, here we go. This is pretty clear. If we look here, look, yeah, judgment. Yeah, this could easily be the Archbishop of Canterbury himself and all of those that are involved in the scandal. So that's it. Quite literally, they're being judged. The bugle call has come here, and look, they're naked. Yeah, that's it. Exposed. Yeah, exposure. In the obstacle position, look here, we got 3 of swords. Yeah, heartache. Yeah, heartache, difficulty, all of that stuff. And this is also the heartache, of course, of the families. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the families, you know, the victims, we need to remember the victims first. Yeah, so, you know, if the Archbishop of Canterbury is heartbroken, I don't care. Yeah, because obviously, you know, it's been exposed what he's been up to. So we need to remember the victims. If we look here, we have got the Page of Pentacles. Now, remember, pages are all about messages. Yeah, all about messages. And of course, they also deal with young people as well. But the Page of Pentacles, of course, can also talk about things to do with money, finance, etc., and stuff like that. So, you know, this what I suspect this is probably some kind of compensation or settlements, yeah, to families. It may not be huge, yeah, because it's not like pages, you know, as we know, are the lowest rank of the sort of royal suite, as it were. Well, they're not royal, but do you know what I mean, of the, you know, knights, pages, queens, kings, etc. But this suggests that, yes, there probably will be some compensation there. How big the compensation will be, you know, we'll have to see. But it looks like modest compensation there, some kind of compensation. And then here we have we've got the Hanged Man. So, of course, I think this is also talking about like the energy, how stuck in many ways these religious institutions are, you know, because this is the card of being hung up, still, but at the end of the day, one foot is free. But this is also a card of a change of perspective. So again, the church and, the Catholic Church and now the Church of England and whatever, religious institutions where this abuse has gone on, they need to change the perspective here. And then here we've got the Hermit card, which is what? Isolation, reflection, having to go within. So again, this is talking about senior leadership and stuff like that, and just the Church of England in general having to recalibrate, reassess, and try and strategize for the future after these massive scandals, which is all part of the institutions of religion breaking down because the age is moving on. All right, let's have a quick, let's just say, someone's saying here, greetings from Atlanta. Yeah, glad the Archbishop is gone. He treated Harry and Meghan horribly. Oh, really? Oh, interessante. We've managed to, there's a bit of Harry and Meghan in there. Actually, there's a Harry question in here. Someone asked about what Trump will do in regards to Harry. So stay tuned in for that one. Let's see here. Oh, here we are. Here's Patricia. Hello, Patricia. So nice to see you here. And then what's here? Cindy saying Hawaii conference. Ooh. And then there we are. We've got Foggy. Thank you. Yes. From the ashes. Why are they still so angry? You're referring to GOP or MAGA. That's, I think, if I remember correctly. And then here, Fatima says, oh God, don't worry about what people think. There will always be negative people. Yeah, absolutely. It's true. It's true. But, sometimes it's a bit galling, isn't it? When you get slapped in the face for telling the truth. Sometimes I just think, what's the point? What is the point? Yeah, what is the point? But I know my soul contract. I'm here to share this wisdom and knowledge. People may not always agree with it, but that's why I'm here on planet Earth. So, I can't betray that, and I never will. Teresa Cosgrove, so all your Americans need to all right, so all your American friends need to know how many friends you have in England are who want to rent a room and help us find a job. Oh, bless. Thank you, Teresa. And then here, Cindy Paul says, love the UK from California, USA. Yes, the USA is cool. I mean, the UK is cool. We do have our issues, though. No country's perfect. But, yes, thank you so much for the support and joining in. All right, let's get to question number 3. So Nick Minks again. She says, hi, Hoagie. Does the appointment of the Fox News guy, I mean, wow, yeah. Does the appointment of the Fox News guy as head of the armed forces, when you read it back, you're just like, oh, my God. Does it mean this guy who will do just as the dictator says? Will the Senate approve him and Gaetz? Utter balls to that. I saw something briefly, but I didn't have time to investigate, which I think was Brian Taylor Cohen, and he was saying that Gaetz has resigned, but I didn't know resigned what from. What from? So I don't know if Gaetz is still in the mix. But I mean, isn't that outrageous? But I mean, someone off Fox News, I mean, wow. Wow. I said the cray is happening already. Remember Duck L'Orange has got Uranus in the 10th house. Remember, Uranus is eccentric, mavericks, unusual, unpredictable behavior. 10th house deals with your public persona, higher purpose and stuff like that. And as you guys know, I said it so many times before, didn't I? I said on the election, I said Uranus, the planet of sudden shocks and surprises, is going to be on the star Algol, which is the star of betrayal or shock or losing your head or feeling stabbed in the back. Yeah, look what's happened. And he's still there now. And then in a couple of weeks, I think he'll go back into Sidereal Aries, stay there for a few months. And then on March, I think it is on or around March 29th, he goes back into Sidereal Taurus, which means he will be back on the star Algol again. It's 3 passes. Yeah, this was the second one. Yeah, the one going back. When he comes direct again, it will pass over the star again. So expect more upheavals and stuff, particularly at that time. But anyway, so Uranus did his thing on terms of the election, yeah, and shocked everyone. All right. But this is the Fox News guy. I can't remember what his name is called. Fox News guy. What's the energy around him? Let's see. Fox News guy. Fox News guy. Who would have thought, huh? Head of the armed forces, and you're on Fox News. Well, I think he does have a veteran background. He has fought in conflicts, so he has that. But still, it's like, wow. Duck L'Orange. This is interesting. All right, here we go. Interesting here that we get the Page of Swords. Now remember, pages are all about messages and messaging. Swords is the element of air, but this can also deal with journalism and media and stuff like that. And remember, the shadow of this card is the gossip. Yeah, is the gossip, as you've heard me say before. So how appropriate, yeah, that this card should come up for someone that was basically, you know, on Fox News. So this, I think, is talking about the energy of this guy. Forgive me, I can't remember his name because I've been consuming so much stuff, and then with clients, you know, it's just information coming out of the ears. But he's showing up here as a page, yeah, as a page. So I think this is also showing his, of course, inexperience in the role. Yeah, if he's makes it through the vetting process, this will be a huge role, absolutely massive. But this is him literally almost as a representative of Fox News right here. However, in his obstacle position, yeah, we've got the 9 of Wands. He's going to find it hard going, you know. I think what he's going to find is having Duck L'Orange as a boss. Oof. Going to be difficult. He's going to feel a bit beat up. Yeah, he may not feel that well, he almost certainly won't feel that he is able to do what he wants. He may find that Duck L'Orange doesn't really listen. Yeah, doesn't really listen. Oh, someone's just here has just said, Suzanne says, I wonder how many subscribers are bots. That's a very good point. Yeah, I think that's something. Yeah, that's a very good point. Okay, so he's going to find his time with Duck L'Orange hard going. Yeah, this is the card of being embattled. Yeah, being embattled. And it can also deal with a person who's come through war. So again, that's quite appropriate, isn't it? If we look here, though, we've got the 6 of Cups. And how often do we get this whenever we talk about anything GOP? Yeah, this nostalgia for the past, wanting to go back. What this suggests to me, though, is that this Fox News reader might be a little bit naive. Yeah, he's obviously, look, he's inexperienced in this role. He's not. He may have been out, you know, in a capacity of war as a soldier, but that is completely different from being, I've got to read it again. What was it? As head of the armed forces with a huge budget. I mean, my God, really? So if we look here, this, I think, is talking a bit about his naivety as well. But also as well wanting to hark back to the past. So again, this is very ideological. Yeah, ideological. If we look here, though, however, we do get the High Priestess that's come in here. So of course, this can deal with machinations, shenanigans, particularly when we're talking about politics and stuff like that. What this says to me is that once he's in the role, he may gain quite a lot. Well, not even he will gain a lot of access to intelligence. Yeah, intelligence. So even though he may have the role, he's going to be given the intelligence of what's really going on, and that might actually change some of his perspective. Yeah, particularly if we see here the outcome card here is the Queen of Swords, which is about making astute judgments, etc. So look, we know why Duck Larange wants him in. Yeah, we know why Duck Larange wants him in. At the moment, he is a junior, yeah, showing up as a junior card because he doesn't have the experience. Although he is a war veteran and he has survived, you know, conflict, of course, in the past. Nonetheless, though, he is naive, yeah, about his ideas and very nostalgic, and is, you know, it's not really grounded in it's about how he wants things to be rather than how they are. However, if he is appointed, when he gets in the role, he's going to get the true intelligence and he's going to find out what's really going on behind the scenes, which may change his judgments. It's going to be difficult for him to openly defy Duck Larange, but because he has been in war and Mr. Bone Spurs hasn't, I think when he actually hears from the intelligence of how things are actually working, maybe that that changes his judgment. But I still think he's going to find it very hard going working under Duck Larange. Yeah, very hard going, because Duck Larange has got his ideas about how he wants things to be. But thanks for the question. All right, let me have a quick slurp of my drink. Let's see what else is going on in the old chit chat. And someone's saying, Francis saying, your truth is your truth, and it's all you can do. Just like every psychic and astrologist has said, win, and others who said he'd win, yeah, she'd win, and others said exactly, yeah, exactly. And here we are. Someone's saying, Sandra saying, with all this election interference regarding Canada, Australia elections, do you know what? I think there's, you know, there's interference across the board, because of course you have an adversary in Russia and China in particular that wish to destabilize democracies. Yeah, it's, you know, and they spend a lot of money on it. And we can see people can be bought as well. All right, let's look here. Where's question number 4? Oh, this is interesting. I don't know who said it. Oh, here we are. I think it's From the Ashes asked, I just had a crazy thought. Will something happen to President and statesman Joe Biden before Inauguration Day, making Kamala president? And the reader's correct. That's what this question is. And she says, in 16, there was a reader that predicted both winning, that they did. I think they meant to say 2016. I can't find her now. I'd love to check her out, but lost her somewhere. Just a side note. Okay, well, that's quite a question, that, isn't it? Will something happen to President and statesman Joe Biden before Inauguration Day, making Kamala president? And the reader's correct. Oh, God. Well, I hope nothing happens to him. I mean, we wouldn't want that, but as the rules currently stand, if something did, then Kamala, of course, would become president. Wow. Okay, let's just read on that. Let's just read on that energy. Quite an intense question, isn't it? I wouldn't want anything to happen to Biden, of course. But if something did, then Kamala would technically be president. Joe Biden. What's the energy there? My light is flickering a bit. I should have said this before I read, and I was a card that I was hoping would not come up, and it has come up. Did you just see that? Oh my God, what's got, do you see my lighting? Do you see what's happening? All right, I think Spirit's getting involved here. Yeah. Seven of Swords. Yeah, someone trying to get away with something. We know this card, but this card also wears a little Russian hat. It weakens the camp. So if something were to, oh God, it's tough to read on this but I have to say what I say what I see. Yeah, this is the card of trying to get away with something, shenanigans. Yeah, something going on here. In the obstacle position, we have the Moon. Yeah, the Moon card. You never want the Moon card in your obstacle position. It means subterfuge, things going on, things that are hidden, things that we can't see. Yeah, things that are hidden, things that we can't see. And remember that the Uranus is on the star Algol. It is on the star of Algol, and Uranus is sudden shocks and surprises. We've seen, look at the shocks, you know, the shocking result for many people. Yeah, oh God, I'm a bit worried. If we look here in the middle, we get the Five of Wands, which talks about conflict. You can see conflict, not being able to agree or something like that. The Moon also represents the mind overall. You know, represents the mind, the emotions and stuff like that. However, look at the next card. Yeah, it's the Death card. Now look, we know that the Death card doesn't necessarily mean literal death, but it's God, with the question as being like, if that, I mean, how else would she become president? Yeah, so this is the thing, like, people need to be careful what they wish for. If you really want Kamala to become president, then it could result in something like this. Yeah, but it also means transformation as well. Let's not forget that as well. But it's a transformation that one cannot avoid. And then the outcome card is the King of Swords. Yeah, the King of Swords, which is astute, rational judgment, wanting to be fair in some kind of way. This is very interesting, particularly when you look, you know, the Death card. Look, it's about the king, yeah, and the crown has fallen off, and you can see the cardinal. Well, there's the Pope here pleading, yeah, with the life, and then you got the Queen with her child there. But the outcome, an astute judgment, sharpness. Oh, I want to say this. I hope nothing happens to Biden, but could there be some kind of surprise with Uranus on the star Algol, which is the star of treachery, betrayal? Can also deal with leaders falling. It is associated with that. Look what happened with the first cross. Do you remember the first cross? You know, there were assassination attempts against obviously Duc L'Orange, but it was also difficult for Biden in the debate when that energy first started actually coming up. And Uranus is on that star now. It is. And it's going to be floating around close to that star all of this time, going up January, and then in the spring it crosses back over again. Oh, okay. What I want to say is, this is what I want to say. I hope that he is okay. Yeah, I hope that he is okay. But the cards are showing something else. There could be some kind of transformation or something like that. I hope it's not literally death. But when you look at the sneaking card and the Moon, and then this conflict here, inner turmoil, but then this kind of judgment here as well, or even something legal to do with the law. Interesting. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Thank you for the question. That was, oh, wasn't that a little bit spooky? And did you see what happened with my light as well? It literally, like, I could just feel that energetic shift. Wow. Okay. I hope he's going to be all right. All right. Let's do here. Question number 5. Now, this was a similar question, was also asked by Crystal Blue. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments on that. I think that was a little bit, it was a bit spooky, wasn't it? Do you see what happened with the light and everything? I'm a little bit, oh, I feel a bit uncomfortable with that one. Wow. Okay, anyways, so Crystal Blue was asking something similar, but I'm reading out the question from G Vega. And they say, it seems that Putin and Trump don't get along. Will Putin share information with Biden about Trump and Leon's activity, Elon's, I think they're supposed to say, and Elon's activities during the election? Will there be jail time for either down the road? And then Crystal Blue says, this is a longer one, says, hi Hogarth, since Dr. Larange has been re-elected, will he now turn on Putin? He can't be besties with Putin and Netanyahu, since Putin is aligned with Iran against Israel. This is true. He is aligned with Iran. At this point, it wouldn't matter if Putin has publicized PP tapes, as Larange's evangelical base wouldn't care, but Israel is the only thing his base cares about more than him. On a practical level, both the US and Israel have strong militaries, whereas we now know Russia's military wasn't as great as everyone thought prior to the invasion of Ukraine. So I think the energy here is basically, you know, will Putin... What is the relationship? Maybe let's look at that. What is the relationship between Putin and Dr. Larange at this time? Because you know that Putinshka he's got so much dirt on everyone. Yeah, the word compromat is a Russian word. Yeah, which means to basically have compromising stuff on someone. And you know, Putin, you know, he has insurance. You know, he has insurance, and he can run obviously circles around Dr. Larange. But then Dr. Larange's ego would also insist that he be top dog. Yeah. So will Putinshka pull out 1 or 2 reminders to Dr. Larange to try and put him in his place, or keep him in his place? Let's see, what's the energy of the relationship between the two? I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and of course, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share and press the bell notification if you'd like to support my channel and my work and my truth. Let's have a look here. Well. This is very interesting. Here, I think Putinshka has come through much stronger, yeah, on this reading. If we look here, so look, here we have the clarion call. And remember as well, I always say, pay attention to cards that come back. Oh, there's over 600 of you now. Thank you so much for joining me. Much appreciated. That's a good number. Anyway, the clarion call. Yeah. So this card came up for the Archbishop of Canterbury. Yeah. And now we're talking about the relationship between Putinshka and Dr. Larange. Yeah. So what I feel like this is Putin being like, look, don't forget who helped you get you where you are. Yeah. But this is also the big kind of like wake up call, I think, around the election in general. But look here, there's people here standing naked. So I think this basically, if we take it in a slightly different interpretation, it's almost like Putin can say, I've got stuff of you naked. Yeah. I can expose you. I can blow the trumpet at any time. Yeah, at any time. That's the sense I get. Oh, thank you, Maria. Thank you, Maria, so much for your kind donation. Much appreciated. So there's that. Now, if we look here, look what comes in the next position, the magician. Yeah. And of course, this is what Putinshka prides himself on, yeah, being the magician, having, and this, of course, is more in the shadow interpretation, which can be manipulation, but the ability to control things, change the weather, use every tool in the book. We know that you know, Russian interference has been documented for a long time, you know, going back to 2016, even Brexit, etc., stuff like that. You know, we know that Putin is a master of these, being able to pull the strings and change the temperature of things, use compromat and propaganda. Yeah. So this is Putinshka here. So I think there is, behind the scenes, there is an implicit threat, maybe not an explicit one, but an implicit one, that Putinshka could expose Dr. Ranj at any time. If we look here, here he is in the middle. This is also talking about legalities, etc. Legalities, you know, the law in general. But I also associate this card with accountancy and finance. Yeah. So, and this is also deals with intelligence and intellectual power as well. So again, this might be, Putinshka might be reminding Dr. Ranj of the intelligence and the knowledge he helped basically give him, yeah, to help him win. If we look here, we have got the five of swords here, which of course talks about an abuse of power. Obviously, you know, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? With Putin, you don't want to get on the wrong side of him. You'll fall out of a window or, you know, something else. And then look, we've got the Sun card here, which does deal with revelation and exposure. So I think I think what Putin is saying to Trump is, don't get too big for your boots. That's why this is when I put it all together, I think he's saying, don't get too big for your boots. We know my ability to, you know, manipulate things. He's obviously, you know, astute and sharp, more than happy to use and abuse his power. But there is that revelation, enlightenment, exposure. Nothing can hide under the sun, yeah, in midday. Whereas, you know, when we have the moon card come out, that's the opposite energy. So I think he's got, you know, he's got things. He's got things. I think there's still buttons that he can push. So it's not, there's no love there, I wouldn't say. I think it's about mutual exploitation, but I think it's Putinshka who has the upper hand. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Someone said here, Cindy said CNN and MSNBC at the time reported that BB knew. Yes, yeah. And there were other outlets as well, quite a lot of the international outlets. It was big news. I mean, it should have completely derailed, of course, everything that's happening, but it didn't. It didn't. But yeah, you can see there, thanks for corroborating that. It was widely reported that he did know. Let's see here. Let's go to the, let's see who else is here in the chat. Anyway, here we are. Chuck Cap now. Ecology and spirituality are fundamentally connected because deep ecological awareness ultimately is spiritual awareness. And I don't know how to say that name, but the last name is Capra. Yes, yes. Chuck has always got a brilliant quote up his sleeve to share with us. Let's see here. And then someone saying Sterling just released a meaningful tape on YouTube. And that is Marilyn. Let's just see here. And then Maud says we're in the war of cultures and truths are covered up in cultural disguises. I think they mean to say, yes. Oh dear. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Let's see here. Let's see here. Conflict friend. Oh gosh. Okay, like there's so much. I mean, some of these are big chunks. What's this here? Don't you think 45 is doing a lot of this to try and keep us in fear? Well, it's one of his main tools, isn't it? I mean, there's something he understands. It's emotion and drama. Yeah, emotion and drama. That's why I always also call him Mr. Amygdala. I don't use that nickname enough for him, but it's the reptilian brain. Yeah, the reptilian brain. He understands how to speak to that part in people. And when you can get into the reptilian brain, you completely can bypass their frontal cortex, which developed later in humanity. Yeah, that's what a lot of the big brands actually do. I remember seeing this fascinating program probably about 8 years ago now, where they scanned people's brains and they saw the effect that branding had on them. And there was this woman who was obsessed with bags, and when they scanned her brain and showed her these really expensive bags, parts of her brain lit up as if she were having a climax, an orgasm. It was extraordinary, but not the same for the cheap bags, by the way. I have to add. The cheap bags didn't touch the same, didn't affect anything. And they did the same. It was true for Apple as well. Apple have been able to access the part of the brain that deals with religion. Yeah. With religion. And Dr. Orange, he speaks to the reptilian brain, the old brain, yeah, which is all about survival. Yeah, all about survival. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Let's see here. So I should be on question number 5 now. Oh, did I do question number 5? Scribble that one out. Oh, I did 5. I need to do 6. All right. So tonight, Temperance asks, hello, Hogarth. Are the 5 eyes going to expose the steel? Right. Okay. So I understand. Obviously, there's a lot going on. People are reporting, allegedly reporting inconsistencies, etc., with people wondering if this is going to build momentum, all of that stuff. But we do have the leadership saying the opposite. So look, we've had Chuck Schumer saying it wasn't stolen. Biden conceded, and he's just met Trump, from what I understand. Kamala has said, conceded, and others. So it seems the top leadership don't seem to be talking about this. I think we can agree on that, isn't it? Top leadership within the Dems don't seem to be talking about it. It seems to be more of a grassroots thing. So let's just read on that. Let's just read on that. My stance, as you know, is that, look, I've been saying for ages, yeah, that Duck Laurent has been helped, yeah, by Russia and Elon, yeah. But a lot of that will be also the intelligence around it, technology and stuff like that. But they are digging into the numbers and seeing how people voted, etc. I think this is what my instinct is that Duck Laurent came in more than prepared to steal the election. Oh, a card leapt out, but then may have found it a lot easier than he was expecting. Oh, look at this. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands fell out. I was talking about women, female energy. But let's see. Oh, another one. Money changing hands. Let's take a look. Are 5 eyes going to... What is 5 eyes, by the way? I guess it's an intelligence agency. Sorry, guys, sometimes I don't understand the slang. Because I live in the UK. I'm not in America. Let's just say, are the intelligence agencies going to expose the steal, according to word on the street? Let's just see here. See what the energy is. See if there's even going to be an investigation. If we get fast cards, that means, so if we get things like 8 of Wands, or we see the Knight of Swords or Knight of Wands, or the Chariot, that suggests things moving forwards. But if we get Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, cards that are just slow, then maybe not. Yeah, so let's have a look. Ah, well. There may be something to this, you know. As you know, I have to say what I see. I'm a big believer. I'm just like, look, there needs to be evidence. It wouldn't shock me at all, you know, if the thing was, it wouldn't shock me at all, because that's what I've been seeing in the cards. But look at this. The moon comes back. And remember, when cards return, you know, it just emphasizes the energy of that card throughout all of the readings. So it means nothing can be seen clearly by moonlight. Yeah. So this is a card in general that deals with subterfuge, things that are subterranean, things that can't be clearly seen. It's murky, it's unsure. If we look here, we have the domesticated dog and the wolf, and the challenge here is to walk between the pillars of truth. But look, we've got the lobster coming out here, and for me that lobster represents the collective unconscious, you know, the dark urges, the id. Yeah, the id. So yes, there is something murky going on here, something that the public may not fully know. If you look here though, in the obstacle position, we've got someone who is really quite smug, quite happy with themselves. I mean, I suppose really that can only be Duck L'Orange, no? Who else could it be? And also as well his benefactors and supporters and stuff like that. But look here. Seven of Swords comes back again, which is what? Trying to get away with something. And again, he wears his little Russian hat. Yeah. Must be a bit quid pro quo here. Wow. Okay. Could be something going on. And then if we look here, we have got the Eight of Swords, which is about being what? Bound up, tied up, feeling like a hostage. Yeah. Feeling like a hostage. This can also talk about, I think, about a lot of the electorate. Certainly, I would say a lot of Democrats are certainly feeling this way, like they've been bound up and tied up, or, you know, you can see it's quite self-explanatory, this card, isn't it? Coming after something that was potentially a cheat or a steal or something like that. Wow. And then the outcome card here is the King of Pentacles, which again can talk about Duck L'Orange, but it's not just Duck L'Orange. It deals with particularly very wealthy men in particular. So this could be the billionaire class. This could easily be not only Duck L'Orange, it could also be Elon. And remember the two cards that fell out, yeah? Money exchanging hands. And here, kind of a powerful female leader. I wonder if that might be, what's her face? Trump's head of staff. What's she called? Can't remember now. I wonder if that's her. Wow, okay. We have to see. Yeah, we have to see. But the cards are actually saying, yeah, maybe something, there may have been something afoot. Oh, God, look at the time. All right, let's do... Someone asked me about, there was a question which was about, here we are. This is it. Question number 7. So Roxanne says, Hogarth, I forgot the number of years to reach the age of Aquarius is around about 300 years. This is true. In sidereally, in terms of really where the stars are. Doesn't mean that we are in the darkest part of Kali Yuga. I don't have my Sri Yuketeshwar, I know who you mean, book with me anymore. I think he was the one who corrected the age of Aquarius calculations. Is that correct? Yes. So to go into a little bit of that, remember I was talking about the ages of, let me see. Let me just see if I can just reach for my diagram here. So again, here we are. So you remember this illustration, guys, which is in my book. So look here, this is talking about the ages of human consciousness, yeah, which is a cycle of about 24,000 years, yeah, 24,000 years. And this is Kali Yuga here, where human consciousness was at its lowest. And we are just, yeah, we're just here. Yeah, just here. So we're just out of Kali Yuga, but we're still dealing with the hangover, yeah, the hangover of these times. So the age of Aquarius, I like to say we are in the dawning of the age of Aquarius, just like when it's about to be sunrise. You know, we feel the light of it coming. So human consciousness is going in the right way, but we're now in this tumultuous stage because we're now in the Yuga, which is called Dwapara Yuga, which is the age of energy. Yeah, the age of energy, technology, science, even magic. Yeah. So we're now in this interplay where we're trying to get away from those old Kali Yugas, which are kind of like enslaving energies, serfdom energy, and trying to get into the new one. But of course, those that are in power feel that they are losing their power, so they're doing everything in their power to try and keep everyone back. Do you see? So we have this tumultuous time, particularly now that Pluto is in sidereal Capricorn, yeah, which deals with what? Oligarchy, big business as well, and the influence it has over government. So we're in that kind of tug of war there. Let me just see if I can squeeze in one more. I think I've got 4 minutes here. So let me scribble off that. Let's read the one on Prince Harry. So here, so Giraud asks, will the T word, so Trump T word, will the T word make good on his promise to deport Prince Harry? Oh, let's see. Let's see. He might not get invited to the palace. Oh, mind you, he probably would get invited to the palace actually, because he'll be a head of state, wouldn't he? Will he deport Prince Harry? Again, if we see movement cards like Eight of Wands, Chariot, even the Magician or the Tower, that could be indicative. But let's just see. If it's benign, then it could just be talk. Dr. Orange, deport Prince Harry. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe. Wow, maybe he will. Yeah. Oh, wow, there's 670 of you now. Wow, I think that's a bit of a record for me. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. All right, if we look here, here's Dr. Larange, yeah, wanting to take action. Yeah, we got the King of Wands, which is the action-oriented card. Also deals with entrepreneurialism and stuff like that. That could even be Prince Harry himself. Actually, look, do you see the red hair? Yeah. This could actually be talking about Prince Harry. If we look here in the obstacle position, the Nine of Pentacles is showing up. So it's showing, look, you know, great comfort, ease, luxuries, etc., stuff like that. But it's showing up in the obstacle position. Mind you, the first card is quite positive. So I think this is talking about, this is probably talking about, how could that be Meghan as well? I wonder. Either way, this is ease, yeah, ease and having everything that you want, but it's showing up in the obstacle position, which means that it can literally be, yeah, not having comfort, not having comfort. If we look here, look, this is Duck Larange here in the middle, or in the capacity in which he wishes to operate, which is, here is the Emperor. Yeah, he said he will be a dictator on day one. Yes, obviously this has to be Duck Larange right here. But look, out in the cold, poverty, yeah, feeling shunned, being outside of the palace, you know, poor health, stuff like that, being shunned. So, and then if we look here, retirement, yeah, ending of something here, being wounded in battle and having to retire, yeah, leave in some way and try and recuperate. So based on that, I think that, yeah, it's possible. I think it's possible. He may do it. He might do it as a way of making a point. Yeah, way of making a point. Anyway, I will leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I don't want to stay on too long because it's been a long day. Thank you as well. Thank you, Foggy, as well. Oh, Bardon Gates as Attorney General. Oh, yes. Okay. I've got to do that now. I don't know. I saw, like I said, something. I only saw the strap line, which was saying that Gates had retired, but I don't know in what capacity. So forgive me for not knowing the capacity on that. I've just been too busy, and like I said, I was with clients all day. So I don't want to necessarily give old news, but let's just read on the energy what the Bard has to say about the idea even of Matt Gaetz being Attorney General. I mean, my God, really? Oh. Let's see what the Bard has to say. Oh, this is interesting. So this one says, if she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit. So there's that. I think that's come out before. Let's also have another look. For the man hath a contemptible spirit. Yeah, that's true. Let's see what else. Let's get another one. Yeah, this one says, thou sodden-witted lord, thou hast no more brain than I have in mine elbows, which of course has come out before. I think it's just like, he's a slippery character, isn't he? He's a slippery character, that Matt Gaetz. Very, very slippery. It remains to be seen, so I'm going to leave it there. I don't know. I only saw the strap line saying that he retired, but I don't know in which context. So I don't know if he's refused the position or not, or if this is still going ahead. But my goodness, what times we live in, eh? I hope you found that interesting, folks. Please, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And of course, you will see me next on Hogely. So I will leave it there for now. And hopefully I'll be able to end the show because I have to try and press the button because the buttons have gone weird on here. But thanks so much for your questions. But wasn't that interesting as well, reading on the election around the energy around the election interference and the reading on Biden, which disturbed me a little bit, I must say. But I have to say what I see. So anyway, I will leave it there for now. Bye-bye for now. See if I can end the show. Oh, the button's not. You see, the button doesn't.